I'm Gawaine Blake. I'm a charter skipper. I used to be a pro fisherman and now I'm a guide where I'll jump on your boat, teach you everything I know about fishing. I'm a massive fan of kingfish. It's pretty much how I've set this boat up and how I like to fish with my mates. Anything else is just the in-betweens until we go kingy fishing again. So I've been fishing pretty much as long as I can remember. So my commercial background mainly was fish trapping Port Phillip heads, lead lining kingfish back in the 90s when they were really big fish. And then at the age of 17, I purchased and started running my own cray boat. So the biggest thing I've learned probably through my commercial fishing is you don't sprout off about what you're doing. And you get the job done, you get the meat on the deck before you're worrying about, you know, calling people in and stuff like that. When you're on a bite, you concentrate on that bite. You don't lose your cool. Take your time, keep the fish up, get them on the boat, then start looking after the boys that are on the water as well. I've owned and been on nearly every boat you can think of, but basically all my fishing's come down to this one style of fishing, is chasing kings. I like going out with my mates, shooting up and down the coast of Victoria into New South Wales, and this 1850 Fisher has ticked all the boxes for us, like 3 on board fishing, very comfortable, very cheap to run, very easy to tow. So this is a new model Fisher. It's actually as wide as the 2400s. And what they've done is also raised the deck. So now I've got a fuel range of 150 litres, which pretty much gives me 300 kilometres of range. It's a remarkable boat to fish out of, so stable. As you can see behind me, like the vision out of this, feels like you're in some sort of starship or something. The field of vision is amazing. In this fit up, I chose the 135 4-stroke from Mercury. I'm so happy with this motor. My last motor was a Mercury 2. Still plenty of punch in the motor. It's quiet. We're using the troll mode a lot on the Kings too, so if we're driving into wind, we can actually push the revs up, hold the nose into the wind. We turn back around and we might be driving too fast, so I can actually bring that back to 550 revs and slow it back down. So one of the main questions I get asked is why I've chosen to actually go a tinny over a glass boat. My last boat was a V17L, beautiful riding boat, but what it's come down to now, and I realise this as I'm getting older, it's the stability and rest and the enjoyment of fishing. So it is a tinny. It always is going to bang a little bit more, but for my style of fishing, you know, I'm not going to win the battle of the deep V, that's for sure, but I'm pretty stable here. And if you look at Kyle and his 17, he's rolling this ring out over there. The scenery you get to see in a boat like this, you know, it's not rocking around. We can get right in tight to the cliffs, enjoy our fishing. So yeah, we're just going to come through the Russians' little passage here at Gabo, but we're going to do it in Stabie style and slow-mos. This is what the platform's about. This is what Stabicraft is renowned for, its stability. Yeah, we're going to chop from every direction and swell, and the boat's just not really going to do much. It's not going to move. So yeah, I'm just sort of having a bit of a look around these wash rocks, because with the live scope I can push through all that aeration and actually see if kings are there. And quite often, you know, I'm hunting for 1 or 2 fish. I'm not trying to get a heap of school fish around that 3 to 5 kilo. I'm in here looking for anything 10 kilo and up. A few of the benefits, obviously the gunnels are so wide, there's somewhere always to sit. The storage throughout the boat, there's every nook and cranny is thought about. The workstation on the back is unbelievable, like the bait board with the live bait tanks, and you got the stubby holders at the back there that we put our, you know, our rigging and stuff like that in. And so the Fisher model has this flip up windscreen. So as you can see, this is the pop up windshield. It's very beneficial. I'm going to have an electric motor soon, so I'm going to be able to deploy that. If I ever get a tangled anchor or something like that, I can untangle it, and then basically, really simple to climb out the boat. Once you're at the ramp, you're fishing solo. Pull the boat out, drop that back down, and off we go. That easy. So I live on the Mornington Peninsula. We've towed up, Friday afternoon, 5-hour tow into Marlow, fished Marlow yesterday. Didn't really happen. Turned around and towed back up to Malakuta. Caught up with Grant this morning, that was great. Even to put us in the area where the fish are, that helps. And that's sort of that small town sort of attitude, where people are here to help people. And most people know about Grant. He's a good bloke and he's here to help people. So we're sitting here next to Jack Durham. He's just done up his V17, put the top mould of a Stabicraft gunshot and fitted it off, so it looks really nice. We're gonna have a bit of a race here, so we'll see how we go on this one, because I'm not gonna beat him going forwards, that's for sure. Going down. Oh, come on, Stabby. This is your thing. We're pulling away now. We've got him, just.
It's a draw.
Can you even call that?
Rematch, draw. Do it again.
So when I'm guiding, probably the most common things that I'm asked to do is show customers how to use and interpret their sounder, even just the simple things of sand and bottom and structure.
Be honest, mate, they're just fucking trying to steal your spots.
Yeah, well, that's part of the parcel, isn't it? So that's the benefit of guiding. I don't actually go to a mark. I show them how I'd actively hunt down that species of fish that they want to target. And the best part, it's not my boat, it's not my hours, not my servicing, and you guys are buying the fuel and the food. So yeah, secrets for big kings is generally getting away from the small fish, fishing shallow. They like shallow crappie areas, so anywhere between 3 and 12 metres of water. Little current. Yeah, I actually really love the talicas. I use a few Stellas just for my casting side of things, but talicas have been really good. The thing about the overhead is I know exactly where my drag is. I've just got a little bit of drag on now. So when we hook up and I've got guys on the rod, I can actually notice where their drag is, if they're going too hard or haven't got a drag up enough. Probably one of the biggest mistakes with kings too is guys going too hard. So if you've got a fish running really fast and going straight for structure, probably the best thing you can do is near on come right back on your drag. Run him on a loose drag. And instead of him feeling the pain and running for the structure, he'll feel like he's away from it and he'll actually come up and glide away. And we're running this new 4000 SW Stratic. It's actually the new one came out from Shimano. And Trav's going, oh, I don't know if these will be any good on kings. I'm like, how about we give it a go? It's a lot more fun using a lighter rod and smaller fish. Biggest thing I love about fishing is the environment and meeting new people and just enjoying time with your mates. The rest of it's just a bonus. I had a mate, just before Christmas. His dad died 2 years ago. He inherited the house and everything. So he was basically a millionaire. And right before Christmas, he decided to take his own life. It's tragic, but if you talk to other people, he had everything going for him. But in his mind, he had nothing going for him. It's just so sad. Just, you got to have good mates. You got to be able to talk about it. That's all I reckon.
What advice do you have for boys that may be struggling?
Yeah, just talk to your mates. Maybe take a step back and look at it as another way too. Like Reese, for instance, Paul Reese, he died of cancer. He would have done anything to live, and he tried anything he could do to live. Put yourself in someone else's footsteps and just realise that you've got your health, you're still alive. Tomorrow's another day. Just, yeah, try and refocus. Things go wrong, but you can always fix it. Probably around the age of 34, I struggled with a bit of depression. I got this tap to always keep me focused, always to remember, you know, there's an easier way out in things, and just enjoy life and go where that leads you. Follow your compass.
And leave me hanging.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the steering wheel.